By the way, I don't know if you had a chance to hear. This has been kind of the lovely ripple effects of this whole thing. Rush Limbaugh gets to say the N-word now, apparently.
Yes.
We bleeped it, but he said it.
Right.
Here he is.
Yeah.
With an A on the end. Well, I think I can now. Isn't that the point? Because it's not racist. That's the point. I could be talking about a male. I could be a Chinese male. A guy at the laundromat. I could be talking about a man. That's what she said it means.
Oh, Chinese guy at the laundromat.
That's amazing to me.
People missed it because of the N-word at the beginning. They missed the racism
Totally
at the
missed the point.
Right,
It was like, that he goes, guy at the laundromat. I could, what, excuse me? What?
I'm sorry, what now?
You couldn't leave the point you were making about how there is no racism because it's all even keel, like, because Chinese people work at laundromat. You couldn't leave the conversation without dropping that in there.
By the way, he was even able to get some homophobia in this. Did you hear this yesterday?
Yes.
This was a little bugga.
Yeah. When Trayvon described Zimmerman to her, creepy-ass cracker, she began to fear that Zimmerman was gay.
She didn't say that. No.
A rapist.
Not at all. Oh.
No. She then told Trayvon to run. She just said so. After I say may be a rapist, that means she said to Trayvon, this guy could be gay. He could be a rapist. He might want to rape you. You run, Trayvon, run for every boy, every man who's not that kind of way. Everybody who's straight. See a grown man following them, would you be creeped out? She's telling us the reason Trayvon Martin descended on Zimmerman, started pummeling, because he was offended. He thought, because of what she said to him, that Zimmerman was gay.
Right, yes.
Zimmerman got beat up because Trayvon was gay. That's what she's saying here.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
She's saying that she
what
told
else?
him to run
What
because...
is the other what other interpretation is there?
That you're a moron?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, boy, the left is going to have a real problem here.
No.
With this
They're going to have to balance which group are they going to favor.
Wow.
Gays or blacks. Because here you had Zimmerman was assumed to be gay. This woman told Trayvon, run, dude. You got creepy-ass cracker rapist following you. Run. Anybody be creeped out by that.
I don't know. I'm going to have to call.
Trayvon's not a kind of guy that runs, but Trayvon was mad. Some creepy-ass cracker rapist coming after him. Okay, I'll give him what for.
I don't know how to feel about this.
And so we have Trayvon Martin, who the media has made practically an angel. We now find from no less than Rachel Jeantel started beating up on Zimmerman because he thought, based on what Jeantel said, he might be gay.
Right.
So Trayvon Martin, this angel, a recipient of all the love and support from the left-wing media, the Democrat Party, the left in general, actually was a gay basher.
Okay.
Right.
And
nice try.
scene.
First of all,
scene.
he's right, as a liberal, I'm very confused about who to support. I'm going to have to call my black gay friend.
Right.
And ask him which side he falls on. Secondly, the right has a real problem with consensual sex. Have you noticed this?
Right.
That they seem to have a real hard time understanding consent and desire. That if two people want to be together, who are of the same sex, that's gay. If one person wants to be with another person, regardless of that other person's sexuality, that's rape. There's no consensual. There's no actual gay in that part. He's being followed in that. If you want to follow his crazy architecture,
anybody in prison whether rape is gay or whether
the
whether rape is about sex.
Right. Of course, it never occurred to Limbaugh that you could be black and gay.
Right.
Like,
No,
they're two
never.
complete separate things.
How could that? I can't get my mind around that.
That's because they've been compartmentalizing groups forever, trying to divide and conquer. That's the whole purpose.
Pit them against each other.
But
exactly.
again, if you'll notice this is where they go from gay marriage to man on dog business, because they don't understand that two consenting adults activating a behavior is different.
Yeah.
And let's follow.
The dog can't consent. That's the difference.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And in this situation, he's like, he thought he was a rapist and gay, and so he wants to go back and gay bash him. That's not gay. That's pedophilia and that's rape. That has nothing to do with being gay at all, actually. but it's also a fantasy he made up in his head.
Well, he thinks he's sowing dissent among the liberals.
Sure,
that,
right.
But because he's a moron.
I'm just following him down his fantasy road.
Creepy guy with a gun following him. That wouldn't be scary
I
enough.
mean that Limbaugh's not a moron, but his listeners is, and he knows that. His are.
Yes, right. And he knows.
We even caught him getting lost in his own story because Trayvon was gay. Wait a minute.
What?
Was Trayvon gay or a gay bachelor? Wait a minute. What?
Wait a minute. Which is it?
This is
Angel in Florida. You're on with Hal. Hey, Angel.
Or is it on Hal?
Yes. Couple of comments. I would like to point out the fact that if you put aside what the prosecutor and the defense team did, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, or Chinese. The jury had audio and visual of what George Zimmerman said. Everybody can recognize a liar, and they still found him not guilty. But when it came to Rachel Gentile, because she lied about something that didn't affect the case, the fact that she didn't go to Trayvon's funeral and that her age, her whole entire statement, she's a liar. But George Zimmerman is telling the truth. I don't understand how the jury, not the jury, but the people who are for George Zimmerman, they do not like to start from the beginning. They like to go right to, well, Trayvon did this. The people who are not racial, and understand that this is just right and wrong, they start from the beginning. Yeah. Why is this grown man stalking this young child?
Well,
I want to point something out.
Right. That's because they're jumping in the middle of it, filling in the blanks with their own personal bigotry. Yeah.
I want to point out something. I'm a military wife. My husband is about to retire. I've been in Florida for 4 years. I want to say the things that I noticed about this state. I don't understand why that juror, when she did her interview, she said George Zimmerman had the right to stand your ground. It wasn't about standing your ground. It was self-defense. I want to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that a lot of people try to figure out, well, what was Trayvon thinking? Trayvon was thinking exactly what Rachel Gentile said. That man might be trying to rape you. Florida is known for Amber Alerts, sex trade, just so many horrible acts that Trayvon was in fear because this man in his SUV with tinted windows is patrolling the street following him. 2 weeks ago, these witnesses in Florida watched two men jump out the truck and force this woman in the back of the truck. No one intervened. No one followed this woman. They just called 911. Trayvon was really scared that George Zimmerman was a sexual predator.
Well, I don't think we know what Trayvon thought. He was scared. Who wouldn't be scared? You don't know why someone's following.
Well, the problem with the stand your ground law is and it absolutely was a factor in these jurors, even though it was not used as part of the defense.
Jury instructions.
Yeah, exactly. They used it as part of their deliberation. They used it as their establishment of whether it was law or not, and they really did focus on whether or not this was self-defense at that one moment. Now, at the exclusion of, and this one juror said, at the exclusion of every moment that had led up to that, all that mattered was at that moment did he fear for his life. Well, at what point does a rapist in the future, all they have to do is convince a jury somewhere that the dead victim was engaged in consensual sex when they fought back?
Because, again, only one person.
Exactly. Only one person survives.
Witness, so
right.
It's only my story.
Yeah.
Right?
This is stand your ground is a snuff the witness law.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's what it is.
All right. 18
very
minutes.
Good.
Thank you. I've been saying that, but when I say it, it's only because he said it. You sexist pig. 18 minutes.
That's because he's prettier.
Yeah, but I also,
he's prettier than everybody.
I have a way with words. Some people have a way with words. Other people have way.
And then other people twerk.
1977.
I'll do it again.
No.
Don't make me.
Don't.
18 minutes after the hour. Right back on the Stephanie Miller Show.
As it turns out, the revolution will not be televised. It's on the radio. It's the Stephanie Miller Show.